You good now? Well, I'm Peyton Hughes, life paramedic, area vac. All that's right up there, but it's really not that deep. You take people from one place to another in a helicopter. That's, you provide emergency medicine in the back of the cockpit. Whether that's landing at, say, Flemingsburg, taking someone from Fleming Hospital to UK, because, they don't have the resources to take care of them, or landing on, say, the AA highway for car wreck, You have anything from minor things to blood and guts in the back of a helicopter. You really never know. You're a first responder in the skies. I don't have to go to college, which is why I really like this career. I could. EKU has a great paramedicine program, and you would get all this done in 4 years, but you're not gonna be able to work. So my senior year of high school, you can take the EMT basic course, but you cannot take the national board exam until you have your high school diploma. So when I graduate, I can take the national board exam, start working, and Mason County Fire and Mason County EMS, or Fleming County EMS will pay you to go get your paramedicine degree, plus all these different certificates along with it. There at the top, you have the Group Care Emergency Medical Transportation Program. Big fancy title. That's the gist. You get the skills to take someone from one place to another on wheels. That's it. You learn how to give an IV in the back of a moving vehicle. That's all. The big fancy name, really simple course. So it's salary. It's not really, $52,000. That's not, some of you had, 100,000 or up. But money's not really why I like this job. Father was a paramedic. Grandfather was a firefighter for 24 years. I grew up in it. It's what I like. I go on runs with him still. I was in the back of the medic bagging someone the week before school started. Because me and Pal were the first two to get there. Turns out he had a heart attack. We thought he was having an overdose. So money's not really why I do it. So, job outlook. While the Bureau of Labor does not specifically differentiate between flight and ground medics, only 3,000 out of 250,000 paramedics are flight medics, But as a whole, the EMS industry will have a growth rate of 5% for job outlook. So, values, you all had stuff from leisure time and work environment and all that kind of stuff on there. Leisure time isn't really, I already work like a dog anyway. If you can't tell by the oil and the tag glue on my hands, I'm going to work tonight. I got a cracked rib for getting ran over by a cow, so I like to work. I don't like sitting around, but I ain't no desk jockey, so I don't want to work in some big metropolitan hospital or anything like that. I want to be out with the community or whatever I'm doing and rewarding. I like to help. While I might come off as an a-hole or something, I do like to help. I do have a caring side, but I can switch that to being, things don't affect me. Day before my 7th grade year, my father was shot at. He took a bullet to the leg. It doesn't bother me. That might seem cold-hearted or whatever, but growing up, you learn how to shut that out. You learn how to look at blood and guts and learn, okay, let's do this. And I was really lucky. I found a one-stop shop for everything that had all that on it. So, yeah, that's that. And there you go.